It is crunch time in the confirmation process for Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh as Republicans give his accuser exactly 24 hours to decide whether she will speak to Congress. Welcome to a brand new hour of America's Newsroom. The clock is ticking. I'm Sandra Smith.
How you
Good
doing?
morning.
All right. I think we'll know something probably today, I do believe. And we'll see where the story goes. I'm Bill Hemmer. Good morning. Republicans set that deadline for this time tomorrow, 24 hours from right now. Dr. Christine Blasey Ford will decide whether or not she will testify, giving her a wide range of options on doing just that.
All this as reaction pours in from both sides of the aisle as the clock ticks down.
I don't think it's just a question of the process. I think it also is the question of they need to have the facts, and she has a right to have those facts be developed by a nonpartisan source like the FBI, who are expert, not committee staff. Committee staff can be partisan.
The American people need to see Dr. Ford side by side with Judge Kavanaugh and judge for themselves. But if she changes her mind again and says I'll only do it in private hearing, I'll reluctantly agree to that.
I'm just absolutely stunned at why why the Republicans and the president is opposed to letting the FBI do what the FBI has done for decades, and that is background checks on nominees. It is not unusual at all.
To Mike Emanuel on the Hill watching this by the hour. Mike, good day to you. Is Professor Ford expected to testify? What are you hearing, Mike?
Well, Bill, Sandra, good morning to you. As you mentioned, she has 24 hours to decide. Christine Blasey Ford's attorney put out a statement saying the committee's stated plan to move forward with a hearing that has only 2 witnesses is not a fair or good faith investigation. There are multiple witnesses whose names have appeared publicly and should be included in any proceeding. That is not a no on behalf of Professor Ford. Chairman Grassley explained why he set a Friday morning deadline for Ford's prepared testimony and biography.
Time to plan for a hearing, and if it's going to come off, there's a certain time we got to notify people that there isn't going to be a hearing. But I don't have to notify anybody about that yet, because I have hopes that this person who pleaded through the Washington Post, and I didn't learn about anything about this until I read her name in the Washington Post.
Grassley also sent a letter to Judiciary's top Democrat, Dianne Feinstein, demanding to see the original letter from Professor Ford, writing, quote, "Sexual assault allegations deserve some serious attention, and those who make such allegations must be heard. They should not be deployed strategically for political gain." The chairman is clearly irritated the media has more information than he does. Bill?
And Democrats, what are they saying at this point, Mike?
Well, essentially, they are firing back. You've got Dianne Feinstein defending her actions on Twitter, saying, quote, "President Trump, Dr. Blasey Ford, did not want her story of sexual assault to be public. She requested confidentiality, and I honored that. It wasn't until the media outed her that she decided to come forward. You may not respect women and the wishes of victims, but I do. I asked a Senate Democrat if it's realistic to think that they can get to the bottom of allegations from 36 years ago without a specific time or location."
If there was a party, there may be some. There's not an obvious date now, but the FBI is pretty good. I mean, I prosecuted 38-year-old cases, so they're pretty good about locating witnesses and finding people. That's their job. They're a hell of a lot better at it than the Senate majority or minority staff.
Republicans note her attorney said she was ready to talk. They're saying Monday is her chance. Bill?
Thank you, Mike. Mike Emanuel, something changes, let us know from the Hill. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mike. Let's bring in our headliner, Alan.